OKC. 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 Okay. Thank you for letting us do that. Me, Matt, and Mitch are all back from the finals parade today, so we're a bit hyped. But we are still here to record another X and One Legion cast. And who's to say that we're not welcoming? Because we've got a guy from down south on I-35, Thomas Trotman, here to join us.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
We're good.
You guys are.
We've had a good day.
We're on cloud nine, baby.
We're a little red out in the sun a lot today, but yeah. We got trophies, but we got points changes, new upgrades. There's a lot of hotness going on in Legion.
Yeah.
We had a slight scoop for almost 6 whole hours. That was pretty awesome.
You did.
Maybe they'll get back to us. We'll talk to them again sometime in less than 365 days. Who's to say? Get at us, Will. Man, I'm saying so many words right now. I'm gonna calm down. Yes, but Thomas is here. We're gonna get into a little bit of Lone Star Open here in a minute, and you'll understand why that's relevant when we talk about it. But first, we're gonna get into some hobby harassment because rituals are a thing, and they must be honored.
Yes, sir.
So, Mitchum, why is your table not done yet?
Next question.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I got one more sleeper cell guy done. I was gonna try and get all my units done because I ran Rebels this past weekend. I did it, guys. I crossed over into the world of factions. There were so many options. So of course I ran 3 sleeper cells. Mitchum let me borrow a couple of his units, and man, it was a good time. But more on that later. But so I am continuing to paint those up. I kind of gotta work on some Halo stuff though. We run a little event for that soon. But yes, and Mando's got a points drop. So I'm finishing up my Mando's. The mall ones. Yeah, for sure. But that's me. Matt, you are in the world of acquisitions right now.
I have been scouring eBay. I think I posted either this morning or Monday morning. I was like in the chat. I was like, "Oh, got a snowtrooper for like $23 plus shipping," because eBay knows I'm hunting it so hard they just send me notifications when people list snowtroopers now, I guess. So scoop that up. I think I'm winning hobby this week. I've primed probably about 40 of the old snowtroopers, stormtroopers, scout troopers. I built that riot squad that Will made me open.
Whoa.
So they're built. They aren't primed yet, but they're built. I bought a Gav. This is off eBay. Or no, it was not off eBay. I think it was from one of our Discord people. Bought a Gav.
Okay. I got another one here.
I bought another Gav. It's in Mitchum's office.
Right here.
And then I've been printing. This is the back section, the top back section of the ATTE that will go on Mitchum's table.
Ooh.
No, it is not my fault that Mitchum's table's not done because this is ridiculous.
that is not the last component he's waiting for to finish.
Yeah.
There's plenty.
That's my hobby though this week is watching
me. Yeah, I sent Mitchum a picture of like big print going.
That was my hobby this week.
So
that picture.
Yeah. No, Bamboo Labs, please sponsor. Bamboo Labs has a sale coming up, so everybody should buy their stuff and then say that we sent you, and then maybe they'll send us. That's not how that's going. Anyway, okay, but that's me.
It could.
Not anything's possible.
Bamboo Labs, if you're listening, we're right
Thomas,
here.
were you prepared at all for this? Do you have any hobby this week?
I knew it was coming. I did not assemble. Okay. I have not done anything. I got a box of the Storms and the Scouts assembled, but that's about it. Things have gotten a little bit busy recently, so hobby has not been a thing. So harass away. I'm with Mitchum this week.
Assembly is a necessary but unglorious component of hobby, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
have you guys done riots? Am I the only one that's built riots here?
I have not bought any. No.
The KX droids are pretty low spindly.
Mm-hmm.
but they're pretty. It's good. The quality on these models though is just so much
Yeah.
better than the original.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers, which I've been putting together as well. That's kind of a nightmare because it's just like their shoulders get really wide really quickly if you're not careful. But this stuff's very good. A lot cleaner lines. A lot
I
more
love the
definition.
shield guys of the Riot Troopers. I've always loved the way they look. I love, yeah. I mean, I think if I had Empire, I'd love to paint the shields,
Mhm.
but I have no need. So
We've got
I've
a
built
local
or
them.
want.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna prime them like separately. I'm gonna like take them off the sprue, prime them, paint them, and then glue them to stick
Yeah,
it
that's
inside
smart.
of the shield, just because
Mhm.
otherwise it's gonna be a little awkward.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
very excited about that.
I want you to do tally marks on the inside of one of the shields for like every like insurrectionist this guy's killed.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there you
get
go.
real dark with it.
Hey, I'm just saying those Riot Troopers in Andor didn't last very long.
Yeah.
And/or spoilers for when one like grabs someone by the spine and throws them 30 yards or whatever the heck I just watched. Anyway,
That was unexpected.
That's good.
Yeah.
Throwing barricades at
yeah,
people.
That was unexpected. What kind of harassment would you say Wilshire did to you then? It wasn't like hobby harassment, it was like purchase
he
harassment.
like bullied me into like making his product unresellable.
He did.
Which is fine because he like buffed them, so that's
true. That's true.
Yeah,
I was
so-
buying the dip, and I like reverse psychologied him into
Fixing.
buffing
There you go.
Riot Troopers. Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
what we'll go with.
Equivalent exchange.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
so for sure.
I
But
did
no.
acquire something else too, by the way. I have there's 2 boxes of tons right here that I'm pointing at. So I can run quad tons in Echo Base.
That's just an
So-
investment in the Han and Luke on Ton
Yeah, there you go.
that is coming.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Pretty
Do
much.
we think you can run 4 tons next to them? Like they'll be commander slot, and then you can take 4 tons. So you're running 5 tons or 6 tons.
I feel like, what if they're just like an upgrade card, like Ahsoka, and you can just like, and they're gonna add a slot to Tons where you just like replace one of your Ton guys with Luke or Han, possibly. I don't know.
I could see getting a field commander treatment too. Picking up a support slot,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
I
the
don't know.
only reason I don't think it's just an upgrade is because they're getting their own box.
It would be pretty sweet to see like 6 units of
true.
Tons.
Mhm.
Either terrifying or sweet and terrifying, maybe. So
What's minimum core count in Echo Base? Like 2 or is it 3 still?
it probably still 3.
I think it's still 3.
I think it'd be fun to just run tons and FDs. Oh wait, no, you can't.
You can't
Those
because
are
you
the
have to have
same
bets.
slot.
Darn it! My immersion. They should make super FDs for Echo Base where they're like heavies and like
You could run 2 of them at 2 for 1.
yeah, I don't know.
It is 3 for the record.
Okay.
Man, I've had a hard time trying to fit FDs into my list. I used to love running FDs, just putting them on, but there's just
You
so
don't
many
think-
missions that they're not good at anymore.
You don't think FDs with Dug in is something? Is that something?
We'll get into this later. I'm not sold on Dug In, honestly. I think it's overrated.
I think part of the problem with FDs and Dug In is if they aren't scoring, like do
Exactly.
you care to kill them anyways?
Yeah, like you still have to score the mission to win the game. So, and 90%, 80% of the missions you need to score your opponents or things outside of your deployment zone. So why would I bring Dug In if I'm going to be outside my deployment zone for 90% of the game? But I'm in the range 2 band still. Like and to be able to be in range 2, you got to be outside your deployment zone. So
Maybe that'll change once you get the marksman.
maybe
We'll see.
once they fix the
Who's to
marksmen and
say?
sleepers
Who's to say?
and rides.
But anyways, you can tell Mitchum why he's wrong about Dug In if you join our Discord.
Sure. Yep.
He loves to be added in there about all of his incorrect opinions. So definitely.
Also, there's a lucrative opportunity. One of you could be the 420th subscriber to our YouTube channel. Right now, we're at 419.
Ooh.
You could be 420. It could be you.
Are we going to do something for 500?
We have to. So we will.
Okay.
What that is, it'll probably be more than what we've done before. So.
But similar. Similar, but more.
A bigger, but similar Amazon gift card.
Sounds like you're doing this live.
We are just thinking about it. My brain has been basketball and Final Fantasy Magic cards for the past 2 weeks. So you'll have to forgive me.
Yeah, we're getting close. 500 will be a big deal. I think that's technically some kind of YouTube milestone. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think we can have a community.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. But anyways, there's that. We also we have I don't think we have a local coming up in July. It's like a league tournament type thing, or like a doubles tournament.
Yeah, doubles / like get the rest of your league games in. So,
right.
And we're still trying to nail down the details on that.
Okay. And then we have a big tournament coming up, LSO, which we're going to talk to Thomas about in just a second. But first, I want to pimp the Oklahoma Open in November. Mitchum is going to TO that. If you think you're going to go, maybe buy your ticket sooner than later. It's a newer tournament, so tickets being there a little earlier helps those people panic a little less about. Now, I'm not saying I'm not guilty. It's summer. There's a lot of things going on, but if you can, maybe get your ticket. And another thing you can get your ticket to, and all this info will be in the description, is Lone Star Open coming up in August. And we have Thomas here with us because he has taken over as tournament organizer. Let's give it up for Thomas.
Thank you.
We were it was kind of bouncing around in the air a little bit. If you don't know, Zane had been TOing the past 2 years, and he had done a great job, but he had some job change stuff going on, and so he was looking for someone to take up that mantle. And Thomas threw his hat in the ring here, so we're all appreciative of that. So if you were on the fence, go to Lone Star Open.
Yeah, you won't find my remnant list anymore there. So
yeah, he's taking himself out.
Yeah,
but yeah, if you want to go over dates and whatever other info.
Yeah, so it's going to be at the same venue it has been the last few years. So it'll be at the Waters Creek Convention Center in Allen, August 9th and 10th. Day 1 registration will start at 8 o'clock. Round 1 going until starting at 9:15. We'll be doing 6 rounds of Swiss, so 3 games day 1 and day 2. We'll have prize support staggered throughout the event, so the more rounds you stay for, the more you get. We'll have a painting competition, entries for units, small base miniatures, and full armies. So I'll have some painting stuff coming up. That'll be sponsored by Turbo Dork. We'll do some prizes there for that. We got that confirmed. We're still working on getting some more prizes and stuff lined up. We'll post Discord messages in the Lone Star Open channel as we figure out more for that. But yeah, so tickets are available. It's $80 for the weekend. It gets you the convention and tickets and everything. Frontline Gaming's got some new poker chip stuff they're doing now, I think. So we got some cool stuff going on there too.
Very cool. Yeah, and we are planning on doing some kind of X and 1 stuff. Maybe some stickers and POIs, and maybe we'll figure something else out too. And if you are listening and would like to contribute some kind of prize support, you should message Thomas for sure.
And it is an AMG Grand Tournament, so we will have the Grand Tournament packages. So we'll have prize support from that. And if I recall correctly, first place for the tournament gets a buy at the next Worlds. So that is the thing that they offer with the GTs as well. So we'll have the dice, the cards, all that kind of fun stuff.
Very cool. I'm excited. I recently found out I will get to attend.
Oh, sweet.
So if you are there, you can come beat me up and see how bad I am. And you'll probably want to listen to the pod more because you'll want to hear me talk about how you beat me.
I want every person going to LSO to go up to Randy and ask them for a sticker, and then make Randy tell you one fact about himself. Every person, I want you to go up and bug Randy.
I will use the same
every
fact.
day. That's
and
fine.
the fact
as
will
long...
be that Mitchum's table's not done.
I was gonna say don't beat Randy and then roll really hot after you start to beat Randy, because then it makes him sad. He doesn't get mad; he just gets a little sad. So don't. If you're gonna beat him, don't dice him after you're beating him.
Randy is very bad about handing out stickers because he doesn't want to, impose on other people. So if they come up to you and ask for one, then it takes away that social.
Absolutely.
Anxiety.
I will give you a sticker, no problem. Yeah. I don't know where the fact about me comes into play, but
that's just because I want people to get to know you more, and just like I want you to be outside your comfort zone.
They don't need to know more about their least favorite X and one house. Okay. If you ask me, I will just tell you about my son's favorite sharks. Okay.
Hey Randy, you're easily in the top 3 of X and one hosts. Easily in the top.
That's 3. What I'm told. That's what I'm told, but no one will give me an actual number. So I honestly thought you were going to say top 4. Rotating chair tends to beat me quite a bit. LSO's pretty exciting. Unfortunately, Mitchum can't go. He had something come up. So
unfortunately,
if you would like to write some handwritten notes of harassment for Mitchum, I'm happy to deliver them back. Along with any other
is that considered fan mail?
Motivational stickers? I will also bring to him. Get good. Stickers like that. Yeah.
Mitchum has a lot of enemies. I think he like he has a lot of fans and a lot of enemies. He's polarizing.
All my enemies are my friends. How about that?
Fanimies.
Fanimies, yeah. Fanimies. There we go. I will say the venue that is hosted at every year is fantastic. The hotel and like the actual convention has a lot of tables and get really loud. The area just to like the south, I believe, has a lot of cool like restaurants and everything. Really fun, really nice. So I always enjoy hanging out at that venue too. And it's literally right off the highway. And it's not really actually in Dallas. It's more...
It's in Allen. It's like just north of Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to drive into Dallas. Yeah, so it's great. Yeah. It's even better. So, and I'm sure there'll be a social night either Friday or Saturday. Probably Saturday now.
Yeah, we'll figure something out for that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
He's like, I guess there is now, Mitchum.
No, we'll get that stuff worked out. We'll post about
it. Yeah, and also it's cool seeing the other games there. Not so much 40K. I mean, and that's not a shot at the game itself. They just don't get to like do as interesting terrain as like say Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And us Legion people, we're spoiled with really cool tables. I'll just say it. Like we get the best tables, man. Seeing other cool games getting played will be awesome. I think there's gonna be a Flashpoint tournament on Sunday, stuff like that. I got a buddy who's gonna play in that. Come down, hang out.
And just hanging out with the people. Hanging out with the people is one of the funnest part about tournaments. Just seeing people and catching up and fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Harassing them in real life.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That way you go outside and touch grass together.
Yeah. Get some $12 chicken strips. It'll be perfect. All right, cool. Well, we alluded to some changes. 1 to 10 other podcasts may have already done in-depth discussions and maybe other interviews about said points and upgrades, but we're our own people. We march to the beat of our own Ewok Stormtrooper helmet drum, and
our own Imperial March.
Oh, there it is. So, guys, have you got to play any lists lately with new points or play against anything new?
So I hosted a tournament over the weekend, or I guess 2 weekends ago now. And all the points were legal, all the upgrades were legal. So there's a lot of hype, a lot of excitement. I think the big takeaways just from me walking around talking to people, Door Gunner, very fun. Just super fun. Maybe not game breaking, but super fun. Spotter uplink is hard to do at range 1. And then it seemed like Strike Team Leader on like a unit that already has retinue, like Callus Sabine Clan Ren, or like if you put it on Callus and then you bring Krennic and like Death Troopers, giving Death Troopers 2 aims, 2 dodges, or an aim and a dodge every turn seems really fun. Those were my big takeaways. I think just kind of like talking. And then of course Imperial March is just busted because Scouts getting 2 speed 3 moves and then shooting is like bad batch range.
I don't know if
It's
it's
crazy.
busted. They just can do what all the other
It's
factions can do now.
Pretty good though. It's pretty good. I mean, Scouts throwing, their massive dice pool that they can, and with the Saboteur and stuff like that. They don't have charge, do they, Thomas?
They do not know, and the Imperial March can only be taken on them if you're running Remnant. That's the stipulation.
Okay.
There.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Thomas is happy. So his Scouts even better. But yeah, those are my big thing. I personally haven't played with any of the new upgrades or anything. All my Gar lists are no longer legal, unfortunately.
Yes, sorry, bud. The arcs got hit too. I should have. I was thinking about, we were talking to Will, and then they're like, "Oh, sleepers are getting hit," and I was like, "Yeah," and then I was like, I had to deal with this with arcs. Well, arcs
still got it.
They didn't say anything.
They didn't say anything. Yeah, but we thought we dodged the bullet, but
we did not dodge that bullet.
We did not.
It was we did not roll both saves on that impervious. We took that.
I'm
wound.
excited that my girl in Rebels went down 30 points.
Yeah, that was nice.
I was not expecting that. So now the way I build her, she was 145 points. Now with all the upgrades I put on her, she's still 145 points. So like that's super, super nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think Strike Team Leader is intriguing with her too, with a sleeper cell, because what Sleeper's biggest problem is they start a round without a dodge. So if you can do that with them, and also what's her card where she gives the dodge? Defending.
Oh yeah, her 3 pip
protector.
where she bring a new beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then they can give her backup then too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And giving them another aim on turn 2 is really nice.
Yeah.
Because like having those 2 aims is really nice to get your full boat instead of like the rest of the turns when you're only getting 1 because you're usually moving and shooting. So, but yeah.
A lot of cool combos there.
Rainy and I played a game. I'd like to think I helped him because he decided not to play Shadow Collective last weekend. But I played Empire, which I'm still not super experienced with. But Strike and Fade felt pretty good on the speeders. I don't know if I can. I mean, that might be something I drop maybe just to have them at 70 points. But I do think Strike and Fade is probably just a better option than Emergency Transponders if you have the points.
Especially if you have a full table, which is happening more with the area terrain. Like, it was helping the bike's survivability a lot.
Yeah.
So is Strike and Fade just a free move after they attack?
Yeah. It's
so
an exhaust.
You can do compulse, move, shoot, and then move again.
Yep.
So
it's an exhaust. It's once per turn.
Yes.
No, you'd have to recover to get it back.
It's an expend.
Expend. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's once per game.
Yeah.
Or is it just a tap?
No, it's just
once per game.
Once per game.
It's
so
a
it's
tap.
an
You can
exhaust.
recover, right?
Oh, it is a tap?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then it is.
Oh, okay. So you can. Okay.
Pair
so
that
it's
with
a tap, not an exhaust. Got it.
I think what it helps with, and this, I could be wrong, this is still early. I think it helps when you're not getting to have complete control over the activation, because when you double move away from something after you shoot it, because like you can pulse, shoot, tap it, move again, then that can potentially get you out of range 3 on something, depending on how you're moving. So it's just good to, if you're like, hey, I don't want to expose myself, I can kind of shoot and then try to find some, find some cover, find something, get away. So I think it helps with part of the issue if you can't completely control when you're going with them. Obviously, points helped a bunch. Just the 10 points off the top on the speeders was super good.
Yeah.
So, and then I think it was good. I played. I think I had like 7 or 8 units that had the new upgrades. So
yeah, because you had double gav with riots and Imperial March.
Yeah. And then I had the extra supplies on. I did some Storms T-21 specialist squads with extra supplies.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I liked that.
That was pretty good. And then I did Strike and Fade on 3 speeders. So overall, I think the changes were great. I also played Callus for the first time, which he's kind of nutty. Like he's really good.
Yeah.
He is so sticky in melee.
Yeah.
So I kind of, now maybe we were playing this wrong. I think we played it right. I face meet on Randy's turn. He played Duel of the Fates. And since I interrogated, I bumped his 1 pip up to 2 pip. So the cunning didn't apply. And then he couldn't leave. So his disengage didn't apply. So he was kind of stuck. And so I had him it was like Callus and Maul and then like 2 units of riots like on him. It's like, then we just beat him up as a team. But yeah, it was very good. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I learned from that game that I didn't want to play that list. I'd kind of built that list before the points changes and just try to change some things. I did learn that I think Rook in a Mando squad is actually pretty cool. I kind of left her hanging out to dry, but she tanked a ton of shots, and the shot they did get off was pretty strong.
Yeah.
And so that's leading me down that strike team route with maybe like a saber throw version of Maul, where like they're like kind of peekabooing together. I think that could be interesting because also if they're popping in and out, the backup might actually come into play for him. And then I did Door Gunner. That's fun in Shadow Collective. With the Frenzied Gunner, you get the extra dice on the Door Gunner too. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff. I got some new lists I want to try. I like the points drop on the pikes. I've been taking pikes with just a disruptor as my filler axe. I know there is a concern with suppression with them a lot of times, but I tend to bring a Vigo commander with them anyhow, just so I have another copy of improvised orders. And so he provides enough, and they're typically just standing there shooting anyway. So gives me some range with Shadow Collective that I typically am lacking. So good for me. All those lists went down. So, but I did have to adjust my Rebel list that I played since sleepers went up, and it's something else, and ATRTs. Yes, both of those probably necessary changes. Can confirm sleeper's still really good at the points increase. Still took the astromech. They still can blow things up for sure. Hurts a little harder. Basically, I played a similar list to what I was going to play. It just went from 12x to 11. And honestly, probably feels about right for what you're getting to bring. Because I still had Commander Luke in that army. I had Bad Batch, 3 sleepers, 2 buses with stuff on it, ATRT, Scatterfleet. So, and then I played a game against Travis, and he was running Sabine with Clan Ren and also Bad Batch, and I think he did some of the strike team stuff, which was, oh no, I don't know if he did strike team, but I think he tried the spotter uplink with Clan Ren, and I don't think it ever came into play. So I'm hearing this a lot lately. Is spotter uplink going to be worth taking above 0 points, or is it going to be kind of a do nothing?
That's kind of the general consensus, because it's like, if you're already at range 1, then why not just be in melee? You know, like it's 3 points though, right?
Yeah. Other than a lat and a T-47, since they're like immune melee, I'm not sure.
Maybe a flutter. I know that's my Wookiees talking, but maybe a
flutter would be nice.
Something that's immune melee.
Yeah,
I guess is the point, right? So you can't shut it off, and it's like a lat. It's it's.
The thing with the lat though, you could bring the heavy armament that gives it blast, so, and that's better than sharpshooter. So.
Well, yeah, it's giving it to its buddy though.
Yeah,
it's like it like you're bringing it in, and you're probably dropping somebody off anyway, and then you drop it off. You're within range 1 or whatever, I guess, and then you're just giving them maybe, or giving other things, like say a sniper was somewhere else. You can give them.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. It's other units.
It's got to be at range 1. The problem is it's tough to be at range 1 and not be able to be gotten into melee by your opponent and just shut it off.
So if they're So if the lat is at range 1 and they have the upblade, then any other unit shooting at it has sharpshooter 1.
It'll add sharp 1 to the
The
shot.
sharp
Yes.
1. Oh, okay. So the unit shooting it doesn't necessarily need to be at range 1.
No. No.
It's just one unit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was misunderstanding that
I think
keyword.
it's going to be hard to use. I think
Then that's
criticism.
pretty good on
yeah.
a lat then. If you can get in range 1, for
And
sure.
I think lats are better now anyway.
Lat
in general.
and airspeeder, yeah, everything that's immune melee, pretty much.
And the T-47 might have some shenanigans with spotter uplink and strike and fade, getting to shoot something and then run towards the enemy army, and everyone else getting. If you do like some FDs or Mark IIs or something, doing the long shots.
Yeah,
maybe.
And if you have the cover 2, what is it, the cover 2 pilot on the T-47, whatever one that increases the cover.
Yeah,
you're kind of
outer rim speeder jockey. Yeah,
you're a decently hard target.
Yeah, armor 2, cover 3, armor 3, cover 2. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, is sharpshooter 1 really that important though? With the new cover changes, like
not when you're playing clones, Mitchum, because all your stuff has sharp 1 already.
But what if it had sharp 2?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's that dug in going to work if you have a sniper unit or some kind of unit that has sharp 1, and then you're giving it sharp 2, and they're taking that whole thing away.
Yeah,
so
that's fair. That's fair. It's a great counter to dug in, which it sounds like none of us ran or haven't run. I know we have a few people in our community that are pretty excited about it, i.e. Travis, who wants to run it on vets. Like, I'm pretty sure that reignited his fire to run 6 vets and 6 Mark IIs, fully kitted. So, but I mean, like we were talking about earlier, my thing is like you're going to get out of your deployment zone so fast. Like the deployment zones are so small, and there's already a secondary in the game that wants you to be outside your deployment zone. There's a second secondary in the game that you have to be within 2 of the enemy. You know, the only mission that you could score in your home base is bunker assault.
Or break.
That's the only one you stay back on.
Yeah, breakthrough dug in. I can see for units staying back at the point, getting heavy cover. And
okay, that's fair. I mean, intercept is but
part of me thinks Duggan's like okay right now.
Yeah,
but I see a future world where like missions are gonna have like crazier deployments that aren't just battle lines, that it might come more into play.
Yeah, so you have some game mode where blue players deploying in the center of the map, and they can throw it down dug in, and then all bets are off. So.
Yeah.
Sounds like an auto ban.
Yeah,
but
who's to say?
I think Duggan's a great keyword. I think it's really great. I think having red cover saves is awesome. Like, totally makes sense with having only white cover saves. So I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of, cover is just not as a big deal anymore. I really don't factor it into my calculations anymore. I make calculations, but you know what I mean. Never tell me the odds.
We're gonna get great comments on this.
Yeah, I know.
I've just been meleeing for the last year, so cover hasn't really been a big consideration for me. But yeah,
that's also I mean, I've been playing a lot of arcs recently, and I'm like, oh, I can charge you. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. It's 10 black either way, so to me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it's something people might take a while to figure out, and I think people will try it and then not work, and people think the upgrade's bad. But I think someone might crack it, and then we'll all like, oh, maybe that'll work. Some kind of different list we're not thinking of, maybe. Maybe at form.
That's what Will wants. He wants us to get weird. Yeah. So
I think that's what I'm most interested to see with the upgrades is just I want to see some outside of the box lists. Have you got anybody run into new shores yet?
I have not.
Yeah. They're the ones I'm most interested to see on a table. I feel like Super Squad of Shores will be quite interesting. Now, let me ask you: do you take Dug In, or you just put Imperial March on those guys?
I think you'd probably just do Imperial March because they're not staying in deployment long enough. Like it'll work for turn 1 if you get shot before you can go, but I think Imperial March might help. I mean, you're only really using it turn 1 probably to get to a point. From turn 2, you're probably not moving twice on them. But if you're going to do 6 points on something, I might do it for positioning.
Yeah. So it's 6 points. right?
Yeah, Imperial
Yeah.
March is 6.
So
and
I guess
second.
my question would be is like how many times do you have to use it to get 6 points worth of value
Right.
out of it? So, but if you could set up turn 1 and then you could score with a like prepare positions unit for 4 other turns, and I guess that would be worth 6 points? Question mark. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm thinking about them. So obviously, I'm still learning. I was thinking about them on snow troopers just because it's steady.
Oh yeah,
because you get speed 1, speed 2, then shoot.
Oh,
Oh,
that
sure.
seems
That
really
seems
good.
obvious. Yeah.
I was thinking about in general, just big squads. They lowered the stormtrooper big squad.
Mhm.
I was going to see if there's anything there because it's what 82 points, right, for a big stormtrooper squad. I think it's 40 points for the upgrade. I think they're 42 base, so you could have a 10-man or a 9-man stormtrooper unit for 82 points.
Yeah,
Not
82.
bad.
I think that's definitely cool on HRUs.
Well, we can't take it. on
HRUs
HRUs.
only have heavies.
Yeah, the only
Okay.
yeah.
they got Imperial March though, but other than that,
Yeah,
they don't have any.
that's what I was talking about. Was
Oh,
Imperial
okay,
March.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could do your maybe not be the range 4 HRU then at that point.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
I think the riot
Yeah.
controls are good, obvious spots to put those in. I think snows, like you mentioned, if you pair that with like the Blizzard Force to bark for ground assault, double spur, you move in speed 2 and then speed 3, and then getting a steady shot. I can catch people off guard if you got a flamethrower or something. Suddenly moving instead of 8 inches across the table, 12
Yeah.
inches with the spur. You move in 16. Might catch people off guard.
Yeah. I played against a Grievous Asajj list. I think Asajj had Fear and Terror on her, and Terror did not come into play one time, I don't think.
Yeah, I tried a terror on I ran a Vader double darks list last weekend. And I used terror to try to set up on like the Fear and Dead Men turn when he doesn't want to get shot anyway. And it didn't come up anyway either. Someone just meleeed him, and I'm like, well, now I'm in melee. So
Yeah, and I mean that's probably the best case scenario is that Fear and Dead Men turn. So, yep. We'll see on that. Maybe that's another thing where
the
I
I
extra
haven't really
supplies,
used
like
anything
maybe-
new.
extra supplies, like Matt mentioned on those T21s, are super fun. I did that. I know Reagan and Spencer have been talking about doing extra supplies on Sabine with the whipcord, getting free extra whipcord launches. I think that's really cool. Some interesting spots there, I think.
you can do it to somebody 2 turns in a row.
Yeah,
Just lock them down for 2 turns
without needing a recover. Yeah,
sad face.
yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, I kind of like the T21 Storm Squad with the extra
It was fun.
supplies.
Moving, getting an aim, shooting. Next turn you can move, get an aim, and shoot still.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I wonder if
Pretty
that'll
nice.
bring the Rebel Captain back at all, too. Maybe not so much for the dodge, but just for another turn of like you can't suppress me.
Yeah, maybe.
It could be it could be clutch on like when you need to not be suppressed, holding a point or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Clairvoyance.
I haven't got a chance to run it yet. I think it'll probably be a good staple on a Rebel Ahsoka, just because of her lightsaber being so.
For her 1 pip turn where she's swinging all those extra dice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You pop it on that, and then if you don't like it, you re-roll it. I think it's great because A, she don't have a force power, so you don't really want to bring a force. You bring burst of speed, and you can bring that, and then you don't have to worry about tapping abilities.
does that
was
shut down the modifying after you do that? Or are you talking about?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to modify it further.
You wouldn't be able to Jark High then after you
No.
did the reroll.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, after
That's
you reroll it, you
interesting.
can't modify it any further. You can surge, but that's it. If it's on your surge chart, you couldn't spend token.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it mainly feels good on
Hmm.
defensive rolls, but then it's like there's also the possibility you don't ever use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
I guess you
Kenobi.
could use it, and then I could
Mhm.
take off into the fray and use that somewhere else, maybe, if I'm just going to use it on defensive roles.
Yeah, there were some forum articles that went up today that kind of talked about the timing on how it works and with how it deals with armor and dodges and all that kind of stuff. It's got some
Yeah, because it was saying like you can't even like apply impact after you use it or something like that, possibly. Or
yeah, if he uses it, he may not modify and could not use impact. The ATRT still can use armor. So if you re-roll it, you can't impact it. ATRT can still armor it, and it could knock off shots.
Huh.
But it's also after the dodge and cover step. So if you hit for 6, they dodge 2, and you use clairvoyance, you're only re-rolling 4 and not 6. So
yeah, just seems way better on the defensive side.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless
that makes me less excited for it then.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I feel like it would be bad to bring just to like op Luke with insurance. That's the problem. It feels like an insurance policy. You're gonna pay these points, and you're like the one time you use it, it might feel pretty good, but like 9 out of 10 games, I think you're gonna be like, I should have just brought
something else,
reflexes or something.
Yeah.
I
mean, and then there's tranquility, which I think is even worse. Honestly, lets you tap, and you can add your roll number of defense dice. White defense dice equal to this unit's courage. Okay, so this will be good on Yoda or any courage 4 unit, sure. But I think there's a lot easier and better ways to get around this, like captains or like just bringing a lot of inspire.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. This being 10 points is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we talked about mission objective or not. I did run this on my game with Matt on Gar Saxon. He likes keeping his aims to be able to pierce or long shot, so being able to get a die reroll for free is cool.
Sure.
But I don't know if it was just the sight lines on the map we were playing, because there was a lot of LOS blockers. You did a pretty good job of like the side I deployed on. There was basically like a wall right next to the POI, so like you could contest it behind the wall. And it's like I can't see you to shoot you. And then they were all in melee with Maul anyways. I was like, this is terrible. So probably some piloting error there. Still, I think it can be all right. But yeah, I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that.
I've seen a lot of people put this on like snipers on strike teams when they do bring them. It's really nice just to have these for like 2 dice, just to shoot across the map. Oh, you happen to be within range 1, or you're contesting or holding an objective. Like, okay, I'll just roll my other black and see what I get. I think this will be really good for clone snipers like Echo, who has critical 1, use the pierce for lethal, and then maybe I'll chance it on another red dice, see if I get a hit. So again, I'm not crazy about it being 6 points, because like there's 6 points. There's a lot of other upgrades I want to use that are cost 6 points, like tenacity or like O push or into the fray and E gear combined. I just and I know I'm not asking for a sob story, but everything in Gar is really expensive right now.
Oh my gosh.
Anywhere I can cut points, I will, and this is going to be one of the first things I cut. So
I love that it's Mitchum now. Thank you. This monkey's off my back. That you're the Gar guy now. Rainey can just hate on you all every episode. This is great. I'm loving it.
The comments on this video are going to be great.
Oh my god, I'm the 98% now instead of the 99. Oh man, I'm curious.
I want my cake, and I want to eat it too. Is that too much to ask?
Can it be better than O push though? Because you have to recover your O push, right? So you're potentially rerolling 5 dice versus 3 or 6.
Yeah, but I get to choose when I get to use O-push though, and
Well, I
I
mean,
get to
technically, you would
choose.
choose when you use mission objective too.
Well,
You don't
what
have
I
sole
mean
control
is
over it,
I
though.
could use O-push
Yeah, that's true.
anytime in any scenario. Like this is like very stipulating. Like I have to be shooting at a specific unit that is contesting or holding an objective. So now turns 2 through 5, there's a good chance that that's going to happen, but you're not going to get this round 1 for sure.
Yep.
You're not going to get this round 1 at all.
I do think it's probably going to feel the best on those long range sniper units that a lot of times only have one die they need to reroll versus
Mhm.
2, and they have other things they can spend the aim on. That does seem to be the best case scenario. I mean, I think it would probably be silly to throw it on a supersized Z6 squad of clones, right?
Yeah.
But
I can see a place for
yeah.
it maybe on Callus, like when he's in melee, you're taking an aim. You got the observe 2s, you get a reroll on that. Saves your aim.
Is a bounty token count as an objective token?
No.
Okay.
No, it would be the intercept signals by a POI, or what's the other one? Destroy enemy base. Yeah. Recon
Anything
mission,
that's a
surface
POI.
scan.
Yeah.
Basically just not marked targets, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. I'm going to pivot.
Oh, wait, I was wrong. Marked targets and intel tokens are not objective tokens. So surface scan, recon, destroy enemy base would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas, what's your favorite either new card or point change from the last update?
Ooh. Favorite change. I'm excited to see how people do riot control. I don't own any, so that's not really something I'm doing. Extra supplies was really fun. I like that. I'm excited to see if people can work spotter uplink, but I think where lists that I'm working and looking at, extra supplies seems fun. With getting extra taps on stuff. And just overall, I feel like it's small changes. It wasn't a lot of upgrades, minor points here and there across the board, but I feel like it really kind of opened up a lot of stuff. So I'm just excited to see what people experiment and get weird with it, like the Wills want us to do with list building and missions and things like that.
I'm curious about Empire. I feel like in a vacuum, each unit got a proper points adjustment. Like looking at it on paper, like, yeah, that seems right for them.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if you just bring all the units that got the reduction, is it going to be like super tuned now? I'm curious.
I don't think so. Stormtroopers going down a little bit, Shores going down a little bit, Death Troopers, Riots. I don't think if you bring all of them, it'll be oppressive or anything. I think they're good changes, but I don't think it's so much that if you spam it, it's going to be bad. I don't think. I mean, 3 of them are all core, so there's only so much of the spamming on those you can do. I think it'd be okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Especially without the surge access, right?
Yeah. And Riots were comically overcosted.
They were.
So,
yeah, dropping 18 points on those is great.
Yeah. No, I liked it a lot. I mean, I didn't even want to play it before, so it being a pretty good option with the KX droids is pretty nice. And with Imperial March,
I'm just glad the KX droids came down so much. Honestly, I think they could come down even more, personally. Now, if those KX droids had an extra wound on them, that would be pretty good. Or if they threw like 2 dice per. I guess it is 2 red dice per KX, right?
One red per.
But together, that's 2 red dice to the pool.
I think they're okay. Playing against mats, they're still core, right? So they can't be too good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, we'll see. And especially if you take tenacity with them, they're still throwing a lot of dice.
Yeah.
And where they're sitting now with points per wound, I think if you give too much extra to the KXs, I mean, it's 11 per wound already with just the base squad. You're adding 18 points for 2 more. You're getting a deal on adding some extra guys. I think they're okay at the moment.
Yeah,
probably.
That's fair.
They felt good. Playing them, they felt good. I don't know if they felt OP. They felt good. I kind of got an ideal scenario where I was able to like gang up on Maul. I think the points are probably in my favor too because it's like Callus and 2 riots against Maul. I think that's. I think I'm ahead on wounds. I'm way ahead on wounds. I'm ahead on points too. So then everything was surging pretty much.
Mhm.
So it's good.
Another change that we haven't really talked about is the ATRT guns being all on the same playing field now. I like that they're all level
Mhm.
now because you really have to think about which one you want to build and which one you want to bring. Because I think before everyone was just bringing the laser because they were just 10 points.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to start building some lists with a rotary blaster just to kind of see how it plays. So yeah, I like that change.
I was gonna say 6 black with surge to crit, but you're playing
It's
Gar
Surge hit on
RTs.
mine. Yeah, they're
yeah.
still Gar. I think
Still good though.
Yeah.
Still surge hit.
Is it 6 or is it 5?
That was
I think
5.
I think it's 5.
Oh,
could
it
be
is
wrong.
5.
It's
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, kind of stealing Matt's question, unless you're gonna, if you work it, ask us all around.
Yeah, we can do it.
Commander Cody going down 10 points is pretty crazy too, I think.
Mhm.
I really want to see him shoot into a lat using the shot in the door gunner. I just think that'd be funny. Like, oh, here's 14 dice, and then here's 7 dice.
I think Cody's already like there's lists with Cody that like obviously the 1-1 worlds and then
Yeah.
like Richard Lavery had a list of different. I think Cody lists are actually really good.
Mhm.
I think people just don't play it that much.
Mhm.
I think Cody lists aren't just like super appealing to the masses, but I think if people had played it more, he probably wouldn't have gotten the buff. I think he's strong.
Cody is great because you don't need to upgrade him. You
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
his unit card and it has everything you want on it already.
Yeah.
Like his gun is great. The keywords on the gun are great. All his keywords are great. I mean, he has direct vehicle, he's got target. I mean, he's got everything you need already. Now, his command cards are a bit lackluster, but I think there's ways you could build them. Like his 3-pip is great for order control turn 1.
Mhm.
You just crumple up, like Richard said, you crumple up the text on the card and throw it away. You don't care about that. I think you could build around his 2-pip if you bring like a super squad. I think the way you do it is you bring a super squad clone with Boyle, and then anytime you put the token on him, and then you just guardian everybody else around you, and then Cody's just firing. And then his 1-pip is fine. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not great, but getting suppression out is really good. So, and then having an extra impact 1 when you're trying to take down like an AAT is pretty nice. So,
Well, he's got a movement trick built in too on one of his cards, right?
It's on
Yeah,
the 3-pip,
the-
yeah, the
Observes.
3-pip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think movement tricks are so important in the game right now. Being able to jump on somebody when they're not expecting it, hopping on a POI they weren't able to get. That's why I think Imperial March is so strong, right? Because
Yeah.
Empire just didn't have very many movement tricks before, and now they've got more, or at
Yeah.
least outside of their battle forces, they didn't have a ton of movement tricks.
Yeah,
I guess
Cody
other
had-
than what Spur, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cody has
But-
jump 1 too, by the way. He has
Yeah.
jump 1.
yeah.
It's crazy.
No, I think one of the criticisms of Empire is like, oh, they're a stand and shoot army, and that's not good. But now they're a stand and shoot army that also can move real fast if they need to get somewhere.
They can stand where you need them to and shoot
yeah,
now.
they can
and
get to
stuff.
the
Yeah.
spot better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
What about y'all? Do you have any favorite units, upgrades, changes? I know
I
we haven't really talked about Shadow Collective. I know Pikes went down.
Yeah, it's the Super Commandos for me. You can kind of
Oh, how about a
Or you-
free Darksaber?
free. That is nice. I still think he probably needs to go down like 10 more points. I know I'm sounding like a Gar player asking for more points reductions, but I do like the Super Commandos probably the most just because I feel like you can bring rockets and their shields now, and it's not like you're choosing as hard. I still do think their heavies could probably come down a couple points, but they're a lot closer, I think. I do believe they said more points changes are coming in November still. So I think I heard that on Scoundrels I was listening to, but I'm really hoping that like Boba, Cad, Boss, those guys get some reduction. I really feel like
Fifth brother, seventh sister.
like Ahsoka's how many points now?
115.
15.
115, and
Crazy.
So
what
same with
Bosk is
Sabine.
105.
Yeah.
And Cad's 105. I think there's probably a little bit of a bigger gulf in what they can do than 10 points.
Fifth brother's 105. Seventh sister's 110.
So I feel like we're gonna see more operatives get points drops, and I think that would be I mean, I think all the factions will get to enjoy that if it's some of those mercenary units, but yeah, definitely the Super Mandos for me. I was already like getting ready to want to run some of those lists, but now I'm more hyped too. I just want to. Matt's going to play Gavs now, so I just want to shoot 16 rockets at him on turn 1 and just blow it up. That's
Don't like that. Oh,
it's
shoot.
okay. You'll just
Yeah, I got red saves.
and make me cry. Yeah,
It's those red saves that make Randy sad.
it's bad when I'm wishing you were playing an ATST. So it's
Yeah.
red saves. You know.
Now, to my defense, Gavs are horrible to try to move around on the table. So
they're weird with the weak point side.
Yeah. And the side arc on them is enormous.
Yeah.
Massive.
So yeah. Taking lots of side shots.
You can take Door Gunner on them though.
Yeah, I could take Door Gunner and do the I don't know if you guys ever played Star Wars Armada. Probably not. You had like firing arcs. And so what you would do is you'd like turn your ship.
Turn the T.
And like put the line of the arc on your target and then from both. But the problem with the Gav when you do that is you are kind of showing your lifting your skirt a little bit for him to shoot you. So not ideal, but Door Gunner's cool. It would be cool to model some like stormtroopers with guns on the side. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Does the lat surge to hit?
No.
So that's the cool thing you can do with the Gav, at least with the Hammers pilot and the Door Gunners, you can surge on that Door Gunner shot. So
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Interesting. Does it have Arsenal on Gav?
Yeah,
it does. Arsenal too.
It does.
Oh, okay.
So
maybe you don't need to turn the side at all, and you just fire it all forward.
Fire forward, and then but I have to shoot out the side for the Door Gunner, so then I have to shoot normally and then Door
Gunner on the line. Yeah.
But I don't know if it's worth 12 points on a Gav though.
Just delete whatever you're shooting. Easy. Just roll better.
Pew, pew. I against Randy, his cast Mando squad was rolling pretty well to the point where I opted to take the twin laser gun to suppress them, to panic them. So I panicked them before I was able to kill them. So I was able to I think it was like 5 or 6 suppression, and he didn't roll it off. So it can be done, but it is they do roll well. The searching red saves sometimes come through. So
that's something I don't like about Bring Them to Heal. I think the last time we played Bring Them to Heal, Matt, I kept killing the unit I was like putting suppression on, and it was just I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I liked it too because you'd had things to the threshold and you're like, oh, thank you for killing that for me. So before it panics. So
I've had Bring Them to Heal games where I aim and reroll hits to make the dice pool worse, to not kill the unit.
Oh wow!
I need to not kill you. Let me roll some blanks here.
That feels bad.
Yeah, that feels way bad.
That's big brain.
I would love to see them clean up those things in the game where like you are intentionally fudging efficiency to help yourself along. Like I want it to feel good when I win the roll off at the beginning of the game. Like let me choose blue or red player, or make blue a little stronger. I feel like there's another objective that's a little. Is it the sweep and clear where you can only score one of them around?
Yeah.
That
based on where you kill somebody.
That one's a little weird too, where you're just like, nah, don't want to shoot that solo guy right now because
Or it's like where they're at. It's like, ooh, that guy's in the spot where I could.
Mhm.
That's a tough one to claim. I have my friendly territory shot going to that guy to kill him. It's like I used one this turn, so probably
better save that guy for when boss goes next round.
Yeah.
So he can actually hit him from my homeland. Matt, did you say what your fave is?
It might be Imperial March, but I feel like that's a lot of people's favorite. I like the right control trooper deal because I did, I invested in those hoping for a change. I thought it was going to be in November, so I got a little bit surprised. So they're not hobbied yet. My goal was to point change in November, and it's like, boom, I have 3 riot control all painted up, ready to go. But didn't get it done. But I think I'm going to try to play some riot control. I'm definitely going to try to play some Gavs at this point since I've invested, like $60 a piece into those things. So, gonna do that. We'll see how far I can take Gavs. Probably not very far, but it'll be good. So I'm gonna try some riot control. See how it goes.
I mean, they seem to get halfway on the board just on the first move, so you can probably take them pretty far.
That's a long base.
Move them out, then Imperial March, speed 2, speed 3. So as long as they don't get suppressed in between there.
Profit.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I want to look ahead for a little bit. So we have new upgrades that are kind of like categorical in designation now, right? They aren't limited to a slot because they've added this thing where it's like you don't have a training slot, but you can take it if you are in this core category, or if you are a speeder, or if you are an emplacement, right? I don't know if we're going to see more of the you can take it in lieu of even having a slot, but it seems like there's a new approach to universal upgrades now, like more category focused. And now we've got Imperial March where it's faction locked as well. How do you guys feel about that? Is there anything you'd be excited to see for the other factions along the line of Imperial March?
I love it just in general. And I don't know, I'm sure there will be some that are misses. But I love the concept of it as far as faction locked things kind of gives them the opportunity to stress that, push that identity, push whatever you think you want. That'd be a special trick for a faction. And then with the way card upgrades are now, where they're kind of giving them away with print and play, just in general, which I think is positive. I think it's a good opportunity to like, hey, we want like this. This was kind of like, hey, Empire's not necessarily doing what we want them to do. What's something we can give them that kind of allows them to do other stuff? I think it's a good space. So, and they've kind of like with the categories versus slots, they've kind of decoupled themselves from, the slots. So if they need to do something else, they can do that. So I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's a great change. I think it finally starts to feel like we're getting into this faction specific, what they're trying to do, vibe, like where each faction has their own thing that they want to do. And I think this is just the first step. I think we're going to get a lot more of this kind of stuff. Well, I guess clones were kind of the first with their new, like, unique upgrade, like the named unit or the named person being the personnel or whatever it's called. And now Empire has their own with Imperial March. So it'll be interesting to see what Shadow Collective and Rebels and Droids get. I guess Droids has kind of always had theirs with their like AI and then not being suppressed. So it'll be interesting to see what Droids get. But yeah, it kind of starts to feel like they're putting their money where their mouth is finally, and being like, hey, we're really trying to make these factions different and everything. And here's now a upgrade you can only take if you play Empire, which I think all of us have wanted all along, especially for like missions and stuff. Like I would love, like we've been saying, I would love a mission just for Empire or Gar or, stuff like that. Like this is what my list is made to do,
Yeah. I really like that this might be my favorite update just because I think this might be the first update since 2.6 where nothing felt like it got stripped down, because I feel like they've been picking away at the clay, right? Tearing down old pillars of the game so they can start building it up to what they want, these new realized versions of the faction identities. And I feel like they didn't take anything away this time. And also, there's such flavorful upgrades, and they do inspire a lot to your mind of like, oh, what other creative things they can do going forward.
I think it's a cool design space they're going into. It gives more options. There's always more space for players to express, for player expression and for decision making. Like not every stormtrooper or snowtrooper needs to be the same now, and there's it opens up more possibilities. So definitely excited to see what people do with what we have, and then see what other stuff they come out with. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, cool. I think we've tackled that, but we'll definitely keep playing with all the new stuff, and hopefully we get some mini Strav announcements soon, see what's going on there, and get some more points in November. I think as wild as 2025 has been with Legion, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with 2026 and the rest of the releases. Like what High Command does to Empire. I really feel like they're getting that crack the whip kind of faction identity, like from the top down kind of thing going for them. So
and word on the street was people were like, oh, wait for the Empire Commander customization, that's going to fix it. And then we kind of gotten some stuff before that, so I'm interested to see where that goes as well.
The game's going to be quite interesting. I think a lot of slots in every army, you're going to have multiple choices on stuff to take, where as for a while since 2.6 there's been some slots in a lot of places where it just feels like, okay, this is the clear cut winner, you should just take that. So okay, well, cool. Before we head out, we gotta build the command card Tower of Power, guys. Construction has been delayed. we had government officials from AMG to come in and tell us about things that were going on, and but now we can get back at it, pour the asphalt, get the spades out, and Thomas is joining us, and he has been a menace lately with his Dark Trooper list. So we are definitely going to be hitting these Gideon cards, and I need to know what they do. Like when you played that Callus card against me, Matt, I didn't know it did that. So
I wasn't sure it did that, but
I was like, dang.
It does.
I'm interested to remember what these Dark Trooper cards do. But before we get into that, we have to give Thomas an opportunity to fix our perfect list that needs no editing whatsoever.
And don't worry, Thomas, you will hurt our feelings, so it's fine.
Man, I don't want to do that.
No, that's cool. Just be like, Attack of the Clones bottom of the list, and then
hurt
like,
okay,
sorry,
give it up. Well, okay, no. Attack of the Clones got better because aggressive tactics are no longer in the game. So
yeah, no, you're
suck
right.
it, Matt.
I know there was also someone that came in and was like,
low.
oh, Attack of the Clones is great. So I forgot, but it was Go ahead. Okay. You're seeing the top 20 of the list. Are you seeing the bottom of the list? Is there anything at the bottom you'd want to move up? Anything at the top?
He's probably looking at that Ahsoka Jedi. Probably thinking it needs to be number 1.
Yeah, I've got the list up here.
So the big mover last time was Colton bullied us into getting sabotage communications way higher than we had it. I think that was a big one. We had poo-pooed that one pretty hard, and then he was like, "Oh, this is good," and we can't really argue with him because he's like better than us.
I have a proposal that we lower sabotage communications one position every episode until I see him run it in a list.
There you go.
That's
okay.
good.
I agree with that. Let's do that. Also,
okay.
He won't know. He won't. He's not watching.
Honestly, the list doesn't
sabotage.
I don't know what I'd fix. I don't know what I'd change.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's
You guys heard it
perfect.
here.
It's
Perfect guess.
You guys heard it.
Wow.
What's his long change ratings? Higher than ours, and he loves our list.
We'd
Yeah.
like to announce our new fourth permanent host.
I can't think of anything that looks.
Or
I
he's
mean,
buttering us up for how high he's about to try to put all these games.
No.
Yeah.
No. We do is up there. I think pretty high, but I think it's got some things you can do with it. I don't usually use it that often as an offense. It's usually a late game. Hey, Bad Batch is almost dead. Let's give it an extra surge.
Interesting.
My Bad Batch
I-
have usually been with Anakin and other things, but
Yeah. I think I'm kind of with you, Thomas. I still think it's really good, but it's also kind of like, let me be more awesome at the thing I'm already awesome at.
yeah. Like most of my Bad Batch experience is like Rex, Anakin, Bad Batch, and I'll play like a 3-pip to give them orders and put them out later. That's
I
how
think
I play it.
it's well, I think it just kind of goes into the effect that the card is that good because I've never even considered it as a defensive card. But like, if the same card can be both offensive and defensive, then
Yeah.
I can see you not taking it too, though. Like,
yeah.
it is a really strong card. Like just the text on the card. You're like, wow,
if you're
that's a
taking
lot of
Bad
stuff.
Batch, you're taking this card 100%. I don't 101 times out of 100. But
I did get it on my list where I was basically, I knew if I was going to play the Bad Batch card or an order control card for my round one, depending on if I won roll off, if I had a pass or not, was my situation. So
Mhm.
because I had a bus with a drop off, so it was like if I knew I was going to go last, I wanted that bus with the drop off to go last, right? So I could throw the sleeper out really far.
Mhm.
And then if I knew I wasn't going to be activating last, then I would go the Bad Batch route because they can probably tank one shot and they've probably deleted or really hurt something in the process too. So
Yeah.
it usually feels okay.
Okay, Thomas, be honest with us. You want to move FSI over?
I would almost maybe move We Do to third and bump the other two up a little bit. I think is what I do. Not a lot, but again, it makes Bad Batch do what it already does. And
over under an Ahsoka card.
Under that's not I am a Jedi. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I misread it.
That's what I thought happened, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. So I would put We Do.
Mission was so excited. Hey, you can throw I am no Jedi as far down the list as you want.
Is I am no Jedi better than Mechanized Incursion?
Yeah, I had that backwards. I misread that card. I'm like, I am a Jedi is easily better.
I am a Jedi might be number one if we put it on there right now.
I hate that card.
It's really good.
I hate that card.
And the only card
that's almost as bad as a card that like doesn't let you disengage.
Yeah. Hey, I felt bad for about 5 seconds for that, Randy. And I was like, this is awesome. I've just been scammed so many times by Maul playing Duel of the Fates. And he's just like, haha, you can't do anything. I get to do this and then leave. He's like, see ya, nerds. And then this time I was like, you don't get to leave, actually.
Yeah.
So,
it's a sneaky trick. Callus 1-pip.
He's really good for the points.
Yes, he is.
Really
75 points.
Yeah, so good. All right. Where do we want to start here? Do we want to start with the 3-pip or the 1-pip?
Nah, do 1 to 3. 3's the best one.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't even know. Know. All right. Moff Gideon 1-pip. Die at my hand. You order Moff Gideon. He gains an aim token, a dodge token, and relentless this round. Moff Gideon, not really the pinnacle of attacking power in my mind. What are you playing this card?
Honestly, relatively late, at least in my games. It's usually like turn 3 or 4, maybe. At least in my experience playing it in Remnant, Moff Gideon, like as you mentioned, is not the firepower in my list. He's kind of just off holding a point on his own or just kind of being there supporting Dark Troopers. I usually run him with the Dark Saber, so if he needs to dive on something, the aims, he's already got tactical, so you're getting like 2 or 3 aims plus an observe 1. You're getting a lot of tokens, so you're pretty often getting all 5. The dodge can be nice. I don't think it's a super, super, super great card. It's not a bad card, obviously. It's a 1 pip on a commander with Relentless, but I don't know that it rates super high here on your list.
Let me ask you, do you play that 1 pip and then go with him, or are you playing that 1 pip and then hopefully drawing into something else, or you've retinued a Death Trooper or something?
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Sometimes it's just to play a 1 pip. And I can get an order on Gideon, get him out of the bag, just to have something up there. If there is a target that's like threatening, if you have like another melee unit that's about to go into my Dark Troopers, if I can get that on and then stop it, doing something like that maybe, but it's kind of, it just depends. I've done it first, and I've done it just, hey, give him an order for when he wants to go. I mean, the aims also help even if you don't close a melee for his pistol. A red and 2, black, pierced 1. Just getting some crits and stuff out there, so you don't need for the melee. So it's dependent. It's not always first. It's not always later.
Yeah. Is it better than? I don't feel like asking if it's better than Mechanized Incursion. Is a helpful question. Is it better than Lying in Wait?
Better than Lying in Wait. Maybe what is that? That's the
that's
pre-aim
boss
token.
The aim stacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably just because it's a 1 pip.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Both kind of serve the effect of like, hey, my unit's gonna roll all hits, make some saves with Pierce. But just for the 1 pip priority, I think I'd probably put it above that.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I don't think I realized he had tactical, and so yeah, he does end up with a stack of aims as well.
Tactical and reserve, you're rerolling like 7 dice. If you need all 7 rerolls, you're having problems.
Yeah, you're probably full buddy. Okay, I don't mind that.
Wow, we're starting the worst Gideon card off pretty high.
Well, character cards, man, they're
I
gonna go a lot higher than these generics and Ahsoka cards.
Don't worry, we got another Ahsoka to raid, so it's okay.
Okay. Well, cool. The 2 pip.
2 pip is fun.
You have something I want. This is the Dark Trooper card, I believe. You get to order 2 units. This card cannot be chosen during the first round. After orders have been issued, choose an allied Imperial Dark Trooper unit that has a face-up order token. Remove the chosen unit from the battlefield, keeping all its tokens, then place it on the battlefield, not within 2 of any enemy units. Then flip the chosen unit's order token face down. This was a menace pre 2.6 with boxes. Could you teleport with the hostage back then?
Yep.
Yeah. Jerry got me with this one time. Yeah. Jerry's Game Shop. I didn't know that it happened before the round started.
Yeah.
So I had it like loaded up. I was like, I'm going to kill these Dark Troopers with my 1 pip. And he's like, actually, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, that's a fun way to learn. That's how that card works. So yeah, no, very annoying.
So what are you using it for these days? I can see the appeal for like getting a late game sweep and clear in the enemy zone, backcapping.
This it's super situational. So if I run into like a destroy enemy base list, I put it on a Dark Trooper. If you leave the base alone, I'm just going to throw it over there, score 4 points. Thank you. Breakthrough, it's good for breakthrough. If somebody's back point gets tapped, you can throw them on there. Turn 2, even if you're just at that range 2 bubble, you can close that distance by turn. What are you doing? 4, 8. End of turn 3, you're moving the 12 inches to be outside of range 2. And then even for like if a game's coming down to kill points, the amount of times I've used this on a single health Dark Trooper and just shoved it to the furthest corner of the board where no enemies are, just to keep the way I run it's 155 kill points. Just keep those kill points alive, not go down on them. You're keeping your 2 activations as passes basically. This one's super situational, and you cannot even do the effect. It's a May.
Man, that does sound super annoying.
I guess
save your single Dark Trooper like that and keep all those points. Yeah. And then you made the good point of just like, I still have my 2 essentially passes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be from the card, so you can still give that Dark Trooper entourage the order. Give an order to 2 other pieces if you want to, and then it's gone, and do whatever you want. And now that one's super situational.
Yeah. Are you running double darks in your list, or do you do triple?
My remnant list is triple.
Okay.
Triple darks. So you got lots of Dark Troopers.
Yeah.
With one model retreating, you could LOS super easy too.
How many units are in that list overall? Is
It's 10 units with 13 activation.
13x. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like the disgusting part of Dark Troopers is
Yes.
that like he's like, oh, I have 10x, so I need some pass tokens. Like, give me my pass tokens. Like, actually, I'm 13x with pass tokens now. It's like,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, dude, the pass
cool.
activations are so trash. Like the first turn, because those Dark Troopers just go like 6 times in a row. It's like, okay, move dodge.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, they have like 5 dodge tokens a piece on them, so it's like,
turn 1. Yeah.
good luck shooting me. And it's like, okay, I don't care. I'm just dodge moving. And then I'm going to follow it up with 3 Scout Troopers that go right at the end of the game and then you have all your army deployed. Great. I'm just going to try to delete something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Sounds like you played Thomas lately, Mitchell.
Well, let's just say I've become an expert at Remnant Dark Trooper lists recently.
What kind of expert?
The one that gets steamrolled.
Are you the hammer or nail expert? Oh man,
I was the board. Thomas was the hammer and the nail.
Oh man, you have something I want. Where are we thinking this goes?
Is this worse than his 1-pip? Or, I mean, I know it's super situational, but I guess is it more situational?
Do you play this every game?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
Do you play his 1-pip every game?
No. Sometimes it's gone. I mean, some of these games end turn 4, so sometimes I don't have the cards.
Wow,
for
that's
it,
a flex. Jeez, Thomas.
Gosh.
That's not true. Sometimes games end turn 3 and it's not good.
No, I think this is a completely unique effect, obviously. So I think there's some value, like, and it's like a pre-round, like it's in between, like this happens during card flop. So it's like it really, you can get the Dark Trooper into a really sticky spot, and then just kind of, nope, they're out of there, or oh, you left something open. It's like, oh, nope, I'm over there now. It's just like super flexible, super unique, and there's not really any kind of effective counterplay because it happens before the round starts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the only similar effect is Cad Bane's token with the Here I Am or whatever, but that takes more setup. And you're just teleporting back, right? Like Dark Troopers. I'll just go wherever I want as long as I'm beyond 2. Yeah. So it sounds like it's better than Mechanized Incursion.
Is it better than Ploy?
I think so.
I mean, Ploy is a unique.
Like Ploy kind of has a unique effect too, right?
Yeah. The mercenary style ambush, but getting I think just the activating, getting to do things before your opponent can react is just so strong.
I agree. I like the fact that it's 2 units too. Like, it's very generic. And like you said, you can do the entourage on it too, because it's not restricted to issued orders from this card. So you're still getting, if you have 3 Dark Troopers, you're still getting orders on all your Dark Troopers, which is really nice. And yeah, you're doing something. I mean, you're catching your opponent off guard. So
And I've had people try to zone me on this card by like holding units back and cohering wide to extend the range 2 bubble. But if you lean into that too much, you're almost not positioning yourself super great on objectives if you're holding your back. So it's either I'm going to jump behind you, or you're putting yourself out of position to not let me do that, and I'm just going to run at you anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, you're either getting to do the thing, or they're living in fear of doing the thing the entire game so much that maybe it's compromising their board position. I like it. I like it there. I think it's very strong.
Yeah. I think you guys are get the unique effect. It's a really high.
Yeah.
Okay. The 3-pip. Oh, sorry guys. Didn't want you to see that. Uh, a moment of consideration. The 3-pip. You can order 3 core or heavy units. When a unit is issued an order with this card, it gains a standby token.
I hate all these cards for the record.
It's so good.
I really hate this card.
This card is so gross. I hate this.
That's what I'm learning about Remnant cards. Man, they're all pretty good.
Yeah.
Or Gideon cards, I guess. But
Yeah.
Man. And there's no way to get standbys off of the heavies either because they don't take suppression. So it's just like, okay, I'm going to use this no matter what. Oh, and then by the way, I'm going to shoot you and then I'm going to move, aim, and then I'm going to shoot you again on my second activation. So it's just like,
yeah,
it's so oppressive, dude. Did you play this in our game, Thomas?
I did. Yeah. I had it behind I have my scout troopers just behind the standbys. So you weren't able to close on turn 2 on my scouts because if you did, you'd run into dark troopers.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
So if this is your turn 2 play, what's your go-to round 1 starter?
Round 1, it's usually standing orders or assault. One of those two. If it's standing orders, I'll give it to like a scout trooper or the death trooper. If we're doing like a bring them to heal, death troopers are good card that I put it on just in case somebody puts out a courage 1 unit, and I can just pop on with suppressive and just add 2 suppression on them. If it's assault, I think I played assault against you, Mitchum. I just put orders on my scouts, and I got face ups on the last 3 units, and whatever's there, I'm just going to go out and shoot it. Setting up for this turn 2, where my dark troopers are in such a spot that if you get to range 2 to shoot my scouts, my dark troopers are going to get to shoot you first. And then they still have a face-up token, so they can just shoot you again. It's a really good card on missions. I think we Mitchum and I played Bunker, but I played another game of Bunker at Big D, where you're just creating this wall of dark troopers, and when the enemy wants to push into you, you're just saying, okay, you have to eat shots on the way in. If you can just weaken down the melee push on the way in, you're setting yourself up to be able to stop it. Once it lands, it doesn't land hard enough to stop you.
Yeah. It completely turned my list on its head because that's entirely what I wanted to do was get into range 2, and it's like this held me back for a whole turn. And the fact that you could issue to 3 core or 3 heavies is really big. I mean, it makes sense because what else counts as core in Remnant?
Just the shores and the stormtroopers.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of the time it's just going on darks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it went on a stormtrooper. If a dark was outside of range 2, if I didn't think it needed to be in range for the card. This card, it's really strong. Even if you don't get the standby actually off, the threat that you're posing to stop the opponent from pushing is almost worth playing the card.
It's a great deterrent.
That's my takeaway from this is like your list really controls the terms of the engagement, like the first 2 turns. Like there's not really anything you can do about it either because of the activation kind of, it's not really padding, but the way it controls the passes and so like you're going last and then you're plopping this down. So it's like, then they can't even really get in. Yeah. That's upsetting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I was like, how would I play against this? And it's like, well, you're going to get shot a bunch, probably.
Yeah.
Or you're not going to get in position.
Well, it also seems really good against aggro lists that want to get into range 2 because they don't want to eat that shot, right? And and then also it'll just feel bad shooting dark troopers unless you've prepared some sort of heavy deterrent.
And then shooting the dark troopers too, it doesn't take the standby off. So if you shoot them, they're still getting it taken off on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I played this against Mitchum's Arcs. I played against a BX, Viber's Horde Spam, and a Wookiee list. And this was my card.
No.
This is my card turn 2. I think the Wookiees was turn 3 because it took another turn to position for him. But as soon as I'm like, hey, they're about to dive into me, I'm just going to take a moment, think about it. Consider.
Take a moment of consideration.
Yeah.
That's not, Wookiees don't think is the problem. We don't think, we just go in. Gosh, that's brutal. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, Wookiees, like, I don't know how I try to crack this.
You already know. Putting it. I think it goes there.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that.
I like it.
Yeah, it's not better than FSI.
We can
And
have.
I think we do still does more.
Yeah.
And I think the unit that it's attached to is still better than Moth.
I'm terrified of Dark Troopers, for the record. I just now FSI has gone up because I feel like Dooku stocks have gone up since we started this list, but not for LJ. LJ was on the Dooku train early, to his credit. But
that is true. Yeah, he got us on those Dooku cards fast and hard.
So it is a very good card. But yeah, I'm pretty scared of the Remnant in general. Just the amount of dodges tokens that it can hand out, and then
yeah, if I get cutting deployment turn 1 and do standing orders, I'm handing out like 23 dodges. Dark Troopers are starting with 3 dodges before they get on the table.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because they get the independent and the retinue and cutting deployment. And then move out, take a dodge. You got 4. So just turn 1 and makes it so you don't want to shoot.
And red saves.
Stupid.
And multi-health unit.
Yeah.
Stupid.
And they're going twice a turn.
Chairman Meow doesn't like it either.
Yeah, my cat is losing it about.
No, that's what it sounds like.
No. Keep the Wookiees in the box, Matt. Keep the Wookiees in the box.
Oh, man.
I just think I lose to this as Wookiees. I'm not really sure what I do because you would control turn 1 and you control turn 2. And then whenever I decide to come in, you're going to just murder everything.
Mm-hmm.
He agrees with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This list is fun on missions like Bunker Assault because when the other army wants to push into you, a list that wants to play Bunker wants to push yours. And my list doesn't super want to push the Bunker. Like I can after a flank has been defeated, but it just says, okay, come hit my army, and I think I'm going to hit you harder on the way in. And then once it's gone, I can push yours. Yeah, and then against range lists too, as you're moving into 3, the scouts can position to get up there at 2, and bunch of
I really like scouts. I really like the scouts. Are you doing T21 scouts?
3 T21 scouts, yeah. And we mentioned Imperial March. I don't know that I take Imperial March on scouts. In Remnant, it's 6 points. I think if you're wanting to put 6 points on scouts, push or something's probably better. The speed 3 scout, speed 2, you're usually in a position to shoot something you want to. And if you're not, I think Mitchum on turn 1, 2 of my scouts just shot the T21s on turn 1 just to not overextend. The range 3 T21 poke is good too.
Yep.
My list with the shore drop and the death trooper drop, it actually went down 12 points. So my shores now have heavies also. So it's just every unit's just shooting 6+ dice at things, and yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So we good with where moment of consideration is?
Yeah, I think so.
I like it.
Okay. All right, cool.
I don't like it, but it is where it is.
Yeah.
I don't like the card.
So make sure you guys join the Discord and come tell us why these cards are actually all terrible. Because I would like to know. Because I don't feel that way right now. They all feel pretty good. Well, great. Yeah. Thank you for building the tower with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love it. We did add a Tower of Power affirmations channel where you can come to agree with us and tell us how lovely its construction is going. Great. But yeah, so again, make sure you are buying a ticket to LSO coming out.
Oklahoma Open.
Oklahoma Open. Yep.
Yep.
We taken over the fall winter area
Mm-hmm.
down here in the Midwest.
Gosh, the Thunder. Sorry, Seattle listeners. Thunder.
We need someone not from Florida win LSO. With 2 years running, it's gone to Florida. We need Texan or an Oklahoman, somebody.
Well, Thomas, you are TO now, so
hey, do what you gotta do, bud.
Hey, I take no bribe.
We need you to hire Scott Foster as a judge. Yeah, but yeah, it'll be a great time. Come bother me for a sticker.
And a fact.
Come tell Thomas. Oh no, okay. Come tell Thomas how good of a job he's doing.
Shout out to Spencer and to David Ruppersberg, another local, for stepping out of participating in the tournament and helping me judge it. They're going to help me run that also. So shout out to them as well.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Spencer also for staying on Mitchum in the Discord
he does.
with the harassment. Yeah.
Talk about
no, he's awesome. I got the ODST, Spencer. I need to bust those out and prime them, but thank you for those.
I did my job. I was a messenger on that.
I had to remind him though, for the record.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they were coming. So
they're in my backpack
they're probably
for a
not
while,
even for me. I probably just need to give them all the humans.
Well, that's cool. That's fine.
But okay, cool. Check the links for anything we forgot to say. Prone to happen. But our brains are a little fried today. But just remember, X and O is one NBA championship away. I mean, Dark Trooper list away.
There you go.
Yeah. See ya.
Later, everybody.
Thanks, guys.